Hey, beautiful people, how y'all doing? This is something I was thinking about earlier is putting yourself out there and being able to say that you have put in as much effort as you possibly can to reach your individual goal or goals, whether it be short term or long term. Now, this isn't written. I didn't write this down. This is not scripted. This is literally me talking off the top. My skin looking good, huh? That lighting, hey, that lighting be working, boy. That lighting be working. Look at that skin, boy. But yeah, I was thinking about this earlier because I think a lot. I have a lot of thoughts that I think all the time. My mind is always very scrambled and very all over the place, which is why I've realized that that's actually kind of my way of how I create my own writing process. It's kind of all over the place. Meaning, some of it I write on the computer, some of it I write on my notebook, some of it I write on my tablet right here. And that's kind of how my fantasy novel is. It's kind of all over the place. I think that would be an example of lateral thinking. I think that's what it's called. I could be 100% wrong. Don't quote me on that. But I do get a whole lot of thoughts. And I also put them in my phone as well. And I have multiple notebooks full of thoughts, probably like 5 or 6 of them. Eventually, I'm gonna open them and put them on YouTube too, so you guys can kind of hear some of my personal thoughts that I'm like that I want to share. Excuse me. Some of them I might not ever share. There's just some personal stuff that sometimes as a person you don't want everybody to know. But I've also realized that putting yourself out there is a good exercise for just being honest with yourself and realizing that it doesn't really matter if people know you as a person. It's not that big of a deal. You get what I'm saying? And you can tell a person how you are. You can tell people how you are. Excuse me. You can tell people how you are, and you're going to end up meeting other people that relate to you, and you might even meet some really good friends along the way. You're going to meet, enemies. I've already learned that. I've learned that when I was young. You're going to meet enemies. You're going to meet people who don't like you. You're going to meet people who are going to clown you. But that is a part of the path of life. And the path of life is hard. Sometimes it's short and hard. Sometimes it's short and long. You don't know when you're going to die, and you don't know when you're going to reach the end of your path, physically, but as well as your goals. You don't know, when your path's going to come to an end and you die, and that's it. You don't know if the path that you choose to take will help you grow as a person. You don't really know where it's going to lead you. All you know is that you can take it. And that's how I feel about this YouTube thing. I know that this is the path that I desire to take, that I want to take. And I'm hoping, I have faith in the universe, I have faith in spirituality, and I have faith in God that it will lead to a better place. But I already know there's going to be some roadblocks ahead. I know I might get bullies. I know I am going to get bullies. I know I am going to get hate simply for being myself and for sharing myself. But that is okay, because that is life. Everyone thinks differently than you. Sometimes people's thought process is very limited. Sometimes people think too hard. They think too long. And that is absolutely okay. And I've realized when it comes to myself, I'm willing to accept all of these things. Mostly because, like I said before in an earlier video, I don't want a 9 to 5. And I feel like I'm holding myself back to have a 9 to 5 when I know I have so much to offer the universe and to offer the world? You know, I'm like, to me, I'm an immortal being. So I'm like, why am I not sharing my endless and immortal knowledge with the world? I'm a very confident dude, and I'm very confident in myself. And I know what I can offer to the world, and I know I can offer a lot to a lot of people, and that I can help a lot of people's lives. And that's the biggest reason why I'm doing this YouTube thing. And I'm going to eventually start going live on Instagram. And I don't have any fear about it when it comes to doing it. I have insecurity, though, in the sense of being kind of, disorganized, which is why I've been trying very hard lately to improve and to be way more organized mentally and as an individual, and just in my personal life. I put up I got a couple of little positive affirmations on my door. I have some prayers on my door, my own personal prayers, because I like my own knowledge the most. And I feel like everybody should feel that way. You should like your own poetry the most, and you should like your own knowledge the most. And, the greatest philosophers love themselves the most. It is what it is. And I'm not saying, well, I am saying be selfish in a positive way. Be selfish in a positive way, and show all that limitless potential and show all that limitless knowledge that you have as an individual. Show that to people so they know how great you are. You have to show people your greatness. You have to show people what you have to offer. You have to show people what you already know. I know I have a lot of intelligence up here. Sometimes it's hard for me to express that. Sometimes how I articulate my words is very trash. It's not good. Sometimes I sound way too scrambled when I'm, trying to decipher what words to use so my message can get across people. Sometimes it doesn't get across. Sometimes I sound really stupid, which is why I realized that now I write a lot of my stuff down even more. I've always wrote stuff down a lot, but I'm writing it down more organized now, is my point. And, because I want to be able to show people my message, and my biggest message is just to show people love and peace and happiness, and giving people a place to feel loved and to feel appreciated and to feel like they can share themselves with me, which is why I share myself first, because I want you guys to be able to share yourselves and to feel comfortable enough to share yourself. I'm not forcing you to share yourself. You don't have to. There might be people who never watch this video, and I only share stuff of myself, and you keep the stuff to yourself, and that's fine. I'm not obligated to get to know who you are. Like I always say, a person is not obligated to talk to you, and a person is not obligated to share any information that they do not wish or desire to share. However, I will put out my own information and, stuff I feel comfortable sharing with people. And I'm extremely comfortable in myself, which is why I can talk about my insecurities so openly. I don't really care about backlash or getting bullied, mostly because I already know what my insecurities are. So people telling me them doesn't really affect me at all, it is what it is. And yeah, I'm actually very happy how this video is going. I sound way more intelligent than I thought I would in this video. I could be honest with you guys about that. But yeah, that's really just pretty much everything that I want to share with you guys. Like I said, I'm trying to do this as a 9 to 5. I'm trying to do this in the place of a 9 to 5. And the biggest reason why I realize I want to do this is because, like I said before, I know my potential, and I know I can, spread my message and spread happiness, and even, spread some of the funniness I have, be a comedian, spread some of my truths, spread some of my short stories, spread some of my story times, some of the life lessons that I've learned living in my 26 years of life, and, sharing the roads that I'm trying to find and willing to take. And this is the road that that I want to take, versus a 9 to 5 and working under someone. I'm just kind of burnt out of doing that. I don't really want to work under anybody, you know. And the internet, even though the internet is extremely highly aggressive with their messages and they love to bully everybody on the internet, there's still some places on the internet. You have to look for them. It's just like real life. There's places on the internet where you actually can find like-minded people, and you can find people that truly desire love, care, and affection, and that truly desire wanting to make friends and wanting to make bonds, long bonds, and you know that's kind of my whole thing as of right now. I really do want to do that, mostly because making friends in real life is very complicated, but making friends online is going to be complicated too. I already know that, but I feel like it's better because they get to kind of get a taste of who you are in your videos. They won't 100% know who you are because nobody ever will. I personally believe and know that people don't even 100% know themselves. I don't 100% know myself. Mostly because I feel like when it comes to knowing yourself, there's so many different sides of yourself that you can unlock. And there's so many different sides of yourself that you show to different people all the time. You know, how you act with your mother and your coworker and your boss. That's three different people in one. That's three different personalities. I feel like we have an infinite amount of faces that we show people. Yes, there's some people who are not like that. There's some people who dead ass just act the same with everybody. That's true. But you know, there's a lot of people where our faces change a lot. You know, some people call it code switching, color switching, race switching. You know, all these different words that they use, all these different definitions. But it just is what it is. I want to create a lot of bonds, and you know, I feel like I know that I have limitless potential, and I know that I have a lot of information, and I know I can share myself with the world, and I feel like it can make a change in some people, and so people might love my message and enjoy me, and that's kind of like the whole point of my message is just to not hold back the greatness that I know I have. And I also want to tell you guys to never hold back the greatness that you have, because we all have greatness inside. We all know that we have a lot of greatness, but we always hold back. So my message of this specific video is never hold back your greatness. Love you. Take care. Peace and blessings.